Good morning, everybody. So I'm super excited to go over the Done by One CRM, the mortgage CRM with you guys today. Before we get going, I just want to mention a couple of things. And can everybody hear me? Sometimes I have issues with the chat and I don't like allow people to chat. So if you can hear me, please put it in the chat so I can make sure the chat is working. And also, I am going to put a couple of, okay, wait, everyone. Okay, so now you guys should be able to post in the chat. I'm going to put a couple things in the chat. Crystal, I know you're on here. If you can upload the handouts in the chat for everybody, so that way they have them. Let me see, actually, it looks like. And I'm going to send the email. Can someone put something in the chat so I can make sure you guys are able to chat? And then if you have questions, obviously put them in the chat. Crystal's going to post a couple of handouts in the chat. And I'm also going to, good, hi, Corlin. Okay, and I'm also going to send an email recap afterwards with the handouts as well. Um, I'm going to put done by one.ai, which afterwards, if you want to sign up for this, you can. I also want to mention, so done by one.ai, that's for the mortgage and the real estate CRM. Okay. We have a CRM specifically for business owners, and we're rolling out another program that I'm going to go over next week. So done by one.ai. So some of the people on this webinar right now are already using done by one. Some of you are not using it yet and you're interested to see what it does. Just know that today is specific to mortgage. I know Corlin, for example, is in title. She's on the CRM. So you can kind of like see how you can tailor this to your business. But I want you to understand today is all about mortgage, but we do have this set up for other businesses. I have a construction company on the CRM. We have title. We have a bunch of different businesses. So just kind of understand that. And I will be in the future doing the demo for like specific for business, specific for real estate. So today is on mortgage, okay? And I'm also trying to get my time down under an hour. So we're gonna try and go through this quickly. I'm not gonna talk a lot about the AI features in it. I am gonna show you something cool though that I just saw before we started this today. So I will touch upon AI. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a training every Thursday, a lunch and learn at 12. Tomorrow is going to be all about how to train your AI sales bot, how to train it, how to set it up. So that's going to be if you're on Done by One, you're using the CRM, you want to implement your AI concierge, that will be tomorrow at 12. Next week, I will be going over the new gifting platform that is freaking amazing. I'm so excited to be rolling this out. And I'm going to be doing that on Friday because I'll probably be like in mourning next Thursday since I'm bringing my daughter to college. And I will probably be like crying next Thursday. We're coming home on that day. So I'm just going to start out with a PowerPoint real quick and go from there, and then we're going to hop into the CRM and I'm going to show you everything. But I want to explain to you guys how Done by One got started. So if you know me, you know I love to travel. We go to Europe every summer. I just got back from 5 weeks in Europe. And in the beginning, I would be in Europe and I would just be like slaving away on my computer, running into cafes, never even, never being able to enjoy myself. And my family was always out like having fun. And I was like, well, how can I do everything that I need to do in my business to move the needle in my business and be done by one every single day so that I can go out and have fun too? So I created this system of what has to happen. There's 5 pillars that has to happen in the day. Number 1 is starting your day with mindset, right? You cannot be all like disheveled in your mind. So really starting your day with working on your mindset, following that up with your lead generation and your lead follow-up, following that up with your sales and marketing, and then working on your business, right? And lifestyle. The reason why I put working on your business last is because when you want to generate leads, and we're all pretty much in sales. So whether you're in title, insurance, sale, mortgage, real estate, it doesn't matter. The business is all the same, right? When you have like blow ups in your business, right? The underwriter is denying something, or, this customer isn't happy about whatever, okay? That is going to affect your mind. So we have to start the day with really a strong mindset and then go into lead generation because we're happy. We want the leads, following up on our leads, and working on the business should come last. And then once you're done with all of that, then you can go out and live your life, be done by one. So we've created a step-by-step plan to follow. Whether you want that as part of your CRM or not, it's fine. But we do have the foundation and this step-by-step plan, weekly guides to follow, that we will be sending out to you. So if you do decide to follow them, you're going to have the done by one system. We also have a members area in the CRM that has all different courses, books, that means I meant to say ebooks, training, a private Facebook group, and now we're doing these weekly trainings on Thursdays. Except for next week, it will be on Friday. So all of that is going to come, with your CRM. And really what we look at is a 3A framework. So number one is auditing your business. What needs to change? What systems need to be in place? Okay. Number two is automation. What can we automate in your business to amplify your business? And once you set it up in the CRM, it is a set it and forget it tool. So I can tell you, I just saw a whole bunch of emails go out to my past clients that I never sent, right? I had set up my systems in the CRM. So my CRM is following up with my past clients so that I don't have to. And then the third thing is going to be implementing AI. So auditing your business, setting up your systems and automation, implementing AI, and we handle a lot of this for you in your onboarding. So the biggest pain points of a salesperson is number one, generating leads consistently. Okay. A lot of us will go and spend maybe a day on lead generation, but not doing it consistently. So we can set up the CRM to automate your lead generation. We can automate your lead follow-up. We can keep you top of mind with your prospective new and current clients, and all of this can be automated. And then the last thing is consistency. So the CRM, because most of us are not consistent, right? That is the biggest problem a lot of us have, is we're consistent for a little bit. It's like going to the gym. Like you get all excited, you're going to the gym, and then you kind of like taper off. At least I do. So if I'm not going to be consistent and I know that, then what are the systems that I can set up in my CRM that is going to keep me consistent, right? So the truth about the CRM success, and I really want to bring this up because there's a lot of people that will join, the done by one system, and they're all excited in the beginning, and then they do not set up the systems. They don't take the time in the beginning to set up the systems that are going to automate your business and make your life so much easier, better, and will make you more money in the long run. So if your system is broken right now, which is fine, half of us have a broken system in the beginning, right? If your system is broken right now, then we have to do that audit to see what we need to fix, what we need to automate, what we need to systematize. But the CRM is not just going to automatically do that for you. And so a lot of people will come on the CRM and not put the work in the beginning, or follow the steps that we, are telling you to take to get it all set up. But the awesome thing is, once it's set up, you don't have to worry about it because it is built to be consistent for you. It is built to automate your tasks. It is built to keep you more efficient, but you have to take the time in the beginning to set it up with an intention. And one thing to remember is that if you don't change the way you're doing business, if you are in a broken system right now, No system, no CRM. You can see by every single shiny object out there, it will not fix the broken system. Okay. So that's when we have to really take a look at what it is you need to fix and then how we're going to implement that into the CRM. It's like building a house, right? Like when you're building a house, you have to lay the foundation. And so that's what we need to do in the beginning is lay that foundation, build it, right? And then once it's done, you don't ever have to go back and fix or change anything ever again. Okay. So not all CRMs are created equal. A lot of most CRMs out there, they're going to have your contact management. I will say that we have unlimited contact uploads. There's a ton of CRMs that will max you on the amount of contacts that you can have in your CRM. When we look at mine, you're going to see I have over 300,000 contacts. So you can have unlimited contacts, but most CRMs are also going to have email and text campaigns, lead tracking, calendars, appointments, automation, reports, analytics. That's what most CRMs will have, right? What is going to make Done by One different is that we have AI powered automation. So we can automate your text, your emails, your DMs, right? We have to set it up first, but once it's set up, all of that will be automated. We have smart pipelines that I'm going to show you. So as you take the leads through the pipeline, different automations are going to happen. So you don't have to send that email or send that text or follow up with that client. The system will do it for you. Once again, we have to get that set up for you in the beginning. We have the pre-built campaigns that are already ready to use. So funnels, emails, reactivation campaigns, reconnecting campaigns, past client campaigns, nurture campaigns. These are already automated and set up for you. We just have to tweak it with your information. Social posts already done for you, right? Virtual assistants. If you do not have a virtual assistant, you can hire one of ours and they already know the Done by One system. So they can log in and basically help you set up all of your campaigns. And then the postcards, this we just rolled out, right? So if you're on the CRM, you can build mailing lists business to business, so you can look for other businesses, or business to consumer. So if you're in mortgage, for example, and you are looking for people that have an FHA or a VA loan with a 640 credit score or higher, an X amount of equity, you can build these lists into the system. Yes, they do cost, but they're very reasonable. And you can send unlimited postcards to them. The postcards are free. All you have to do is pay for the postage. So this is a new thing. I will be talking or doing a whole webinar on this next Friday at 12. Google My Business and Facebook reviews. Guys, I am getting deals from Google, from SEO, from people finding me online because I'm sending my review requests automatically and it's building my SEO, okay? Email marketing campaigns, newsletters, we can track the open rates, landing pages with calls to action. These are all of the things that are already built for you in the system that I'm going to show you in just a sec. Evergreen webinars with follow-ups. You can run Facebook and Google ads into the system. With our new card and gifting campaign program, we have an AI prospecting tool that will scrape data from all of this. So for example, we can put an embed code, and this is like something that I'm going to talk about next week, but I'm super excited about. We can put an embed code on your website, any funnels that you're using. So if you're driving traffic to your website, funnels, things like that, and people are not signing up, they're not, filling out a form, any of that stuff, we can scrape the data and put it in the CRM and give you all of their contact information, which is freaking amazing. So that's going to be coming up next week. I will show you more about that. And then the affiliate program, guys, your CRM can literally pay for itself. If you're on Done by One and you refer Done by One to somebody else and they use your link to sign up, this is extremely important because I have a lot of people on the CRM that are friends with each other and know the same people, right? So I don't know who referred who. So there cannot be a guessing game. You each have your own affiliate link. If you refer somebody to Done by One, you get 20% if they're on the monthly plan every month. And then if you get, if they sign up for the annual plan, you get the one-time annual plan fee. So your CRM can literally pay for itself. So anyways, one thing I do want to mention is lead follow-up is where the money is, right? And if you're not following up with your leads, somebody else is following up with your leads instead of you. So you don't want that to happen. And that's why with the CRM, we literally do a set it and forget it where you can touch your leads, your prospective clients, and your past clients throughout the entire year or longer if you want. But we have to put the systems in place, build the, lay the foundation in the beginning. And once it's set up, you don't have to worry about anything again. Some of the business tools that are inside of it is you get a website, DocuSign, task management, document storage, QR codes. You can have other team members on the CRM, right? Up to 4 people if you're on the solo plan. Task management, your conversations can be recorded. We have an IVR phone system and SOPs, missed call, text back. There's just so much that it offers. So what I always encourage people to do is let's take a look at your business, see what we need to implement, immediately, and then we build upon that, right? We're not going to just start with a CRM and expect it to do everything immediately. We have to lay the foundation, start kind of doing a little at a time. And eventually you're going to see that you are going to have this superpower, sales system running for you. You're organized, you know where your leads are, they're tagged properly. Everything is going to be, running perfect, but it takes time. It's not, and if you're like me, I love instant gratification. But you have to start doing a little at a time, and eventually you are going to have this system and be completely blown away with how it's doing a lot of things for you. And, I created this in 2022. I've built upon it. It's 2025. And now I'm just like, oh my gosh, wait till I show you a couple of things on what it's doing for me. So I'm not going to get into the add-ons right now, but once again, next Friday at 12 o'clock, we are going to go over the new feature. I'm getting it all set up in the system now. So we're going to take a tour of Done by One right now, and let's talk about setting up your systems, automating your business, and being done by one. Okay. So I'm going to take you through my mortgage site. Okay. This is my mortgage CRM, not site, my mortgage CRM. Okay. Because I have a couple different ones. Now I want to point out there's quite a few of you that are in mortgage and you're also in real estate. Okay. If you are in both, you can run both of them directly from the CRM. So, you can run another business from here. You don't need 2 separate systems, which I think is a huge, bonus because it's going to save you A, money, and B, a lot of time. So anyways, this is the dashboard, right? The dashboard can be fully customizable with anything that you want to track. So if I just kind of show you real quick, if you are doing a lot of lead generation, a lot of phone calls, you're using the power dialer, whatever, you're setting appointments, all of this can be tracked on the dashboard. So you can customize the dashboard to not only include things that you're tracking, but also your themes, the way it looks, all of that can be customized for you, okay? What you can track also is all of your tasks, right? So you can see how old these are. But if you have tasks or your team member has tasks, when you log in, all of your tasks can be tracked right here. I want to mention something real quick. We have an app for your phone. When I was in Europe for 5 weeks, the majority of the time I ran everything by my cell phone. If anybody is interested in how to go away for 5 weeks and run your business, we could hop on a call because that's one thing I'm super passionate about. But I would never be able to go to Europe for 5 weeks, run multiple businesses if I did not A, have the CRM, and B, have the app on my phone. Because everything that is in the CRM, you can also access from your cell phone, okay? You can track your leads if you're running Facebook ads, which I'm going to show you my Facebook ads in a minute. You can track how much you've spent, your cost per click, like everything right here on your dashboard. The conversations tab, okay, this is going to be your centralized spot for your conversations. Now, I want to show you real quick. These are all of my unread. I should probably 258. Looks like my text messages. I should probably mark them as read. But I wanted to show you this real quick. This, and I'm like I said, I'm not going to go into the AI right now, but this is my AI that also handled all of, not all, but a lot of my text messages and stuff like that when I was in Europe. Tomorrow, I'm going over how to set up AI. So the client asked if I do construction loans. You can see right here, these two blue stars. That means that that's AI. This is not me texting back. I had to go back and look at the conversation before I called the client because I had no idea what like the conversation was between me and the client. So she's asking if I do construction loans. The AI is saying, yes, we do. If your daughter's interested, she can apply. Do you lock in rates? We offer both. This is my AI. Okay. How long is the lock? The exact lock period, can vary. Then I personally, you can see here, put this, right? These are from me personally. And then, going back here. So she's now texting me again. Sorry, so late. This is my AI. No worries. Just send over Lindsay's contact. Now, this is where the AI messed up a little bit. She sent over the contact information. And then my AI said, just send over Lindsay's contact again. Now, we can't be like super picky. Nothing is going to be perfect. Me in the old days, I'd be like, oh my God, I wish it didn't do that. This lady didn't care. And I've tried to call her like seriously a couple of times since. And I've spoken to her also. Here she is, here we are going back and forth again. And then my AI is picking up the conversation, right? So it's freaking amazing. Tomorrow I'm going over how to set all of this up, but just wanted to, show you, brush upon the AI real quick there. Calendars, if you have Calendly, great. If not, we have the calendars in here. It will sync with your calendar. So that way you can see also on your cell phone exactly what meetings, what appointments you have coming up. The contacts tab. So this is where you're going to upload unlimited amounts of contacts, but what you're going to want to do is tag them properly, okay? So when you tag them, you can tag them as past client, prospective client, buyer, seller, whatever your contacts are. You can see here that I have lists. Right. So I had pulled lists from online. So I have all of the audiologists. I have all of the chiropractors, all of the dentists. So I can use these smart lists also. Okay. And if I wanted to, directly from my contacts tab, I could click here and I could send them. I can either add them all to an automation. I can send them a mass text message. I can send them a mass email. I can send them a review request, Google My Business or Facebook, all directly from the contact tab, okay? Now, I want to show you one more thing with the AI that's actually, pretty cool. So this person here called today, an hour ago, okay? Now, when you sign up for the CRM, if you're on the full plan, you're going to get a phone number, you're going to be able to text, you're going to be able to send emails. She called, my AI answered the phone, which I'm going to show you this. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but I'm going to show you the conversation here. Okay. So my AI answered the phone and I'm going to show you also what you can do in the contacts tab, but real quick, let me show you this, which I will, in all of your, hold on, let me stop this. All of your phone conversations. So if you call from the CRM, right? Say I want to call somebody, I can call them directly from here. Or if my virtual assistants call from the CRM or a team member calls from the CRM, those conversations will be stored here in this contact field. So you can go back, listen to it, download it. If your, your virtual assistant or your assistant is cold calling people and you want to maybe do some training or see what the conversation was or whatever, it's all going to be stored here and you can have them download those conversations and send them to you if you don't want to go into the CRM. But anyways, let me show you real quick the AI, how it's handling this call.
Hi, you have reached Grow Funding Group, your residential and commercial loan specialist. How can I help you today?
Is she a human being?
She's asking if it's a human being.
I understand you're looking to speak with someone directly. I can take a message and have a team member call you back as soon as possible. Could you please provide your name and the best contact number?
Stephanie?
Just to make
512.
sure. Got it. Could you please provide the rest of your contact number, Stephanie?
512-876.
So anyways, she goes through this whole thing and then I get an alert that somebody had called. Think about if you are, let's just say you're in real estate, and I know we're talking about mortgage, but think about if somebody calls on one of your listings, right? And you don't answer the phone. Your AI can handle that conversation for you. I recently, a couple months ago, was calling around caterers for my daughter's graduation party. I can't tell you how many people did not call me back. What if my AI receptionist took that information and immediately sent it to me or the owner of the company so that they could then call me back, right? There's so much missed business from missed calls. So once we set up your AI employee, not only can it send text messages back and forth, Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs, but it can also handle your phone calls as well. So tomorrow, even if you're not on the CRM, if you want to come to that tomorrow, just put it in the chat and I will send you the invite so you can see how to train your AI sales agent and everything that it will do for you. So sticking in the contact tab, I'm going to go to somebody that I know also has an email address right here. Okay. So this is a lady that came in from my home equity line of credit Facebook ad that I'm running. I'm in her contact here. If I wanted to send her a text message, right, I have two options. I can send the text directly from here. I can send it or I can schedule it. We can see that my AI bot is on. So if I didn't want my AI bot on, I can turn it off so that it's not, gonna have the conversation back and forth. But I leave it on because honestly, I think it's amazing and they're gonna get back to this person immediately where it might take me a little bit longer. I'm in a webinar right now. If someone texts me, I'd rather have my AI bot get back to them than me, right? And this is all how we can be done by one. Because literally, if you look at the last client, my AI bot had like a whole day's or 2 days worth of conversations with the lady, and I didn't even notice it until a couple days later. So, anyways, if I have some snippets already here, so I don't have to every single time retext, like write out the same text or write out the same email. Let's just say that this was a past client, right? And it's 30 days after the loan funded and I wanted to send them a text. I could just do that and then bam, it's already there. So when you set up your account, it is very important to figure out what are the emails and the text messages that you always send to people that can be automated, right? And then you create these snippets, the same thing with an email. So if I wanted to send them the initial loan application, I can go there and then bam, there's my initial loan application email. I don't have to retype this every time. Now we do have automations set up. So I'm not really typing this anyways, but just this gives you an idea on how these snippets work. If I wanted to add a picture or an attachment or whatever. If I'm in a construction business and I wanted to send them an invoice, I can create an invoice right from here and send it to them, okay? So this is the email. You can do WhatsApp or SMS. This is where you're going to keep your documents. So all of the documents that you have on your clients, you can, if you want, W-2s, pay stubs, in the mortgage, we need all of that stuff. You can keep all of that here. But what I keep here give you guys some lead gen, advice, is I would keep the settlement statement, right? So that way next year I can set up an automation where in January I'm emailing everybody a copy of their settlement statement from their closing and just saying, hey, just wanted you to have a copy of your settlement statement for tax purposes or whatever. So you got to get creative on the different things that you want to, be able to send, to reach out, to stay top of mind, all of that stuff. But that's one of the things. The other thing that I do is when I lock a loan, that lock goes in here because I can't tell you how many times at UWM, for example, I lock a loan and then they adjust my pricing for something that happened within the loan. And I need to go back and see exactly like where that price adjustment was. So that's another, idea or an example. Okay. Keeping notes on my clients. How many times do you talk to people and then you forget who they are, what you talked about? This is where you can keep your notes. The biggest thing with the CRM is if you're on this call, right, you are probably in sales. And I don't care if you work for another company, like you're a real estate agent at Remax, for example, or you're your own person, you're still self-employed. If the majority of your income is coming from commission or, then you're technically self-employed. So you need to grow your business, whether you own your own company or you work for somebody else. And the way that you do that is by consistently adding people to your database and consistently staying in touch with people in your database. So if you have somebody that you met 3 years ago and you had all of your notes in the system, you can go back in, see what their kids' names are, what you talked about, when you had lunch, all of that stuff, just by keeping all of your notes here in the system. Okay. The second thing is tasks. So maybe I just spoke to Miriam and I want to add a task for myself to call her in 3 weeks or maybe in a year. Maybe she's looking to buy a home in 6 months. I could say, call Miriam in 6 months to buy a home. Okay. This is how we remind ourselves what we need to be doing. So, I would put the description there. I can go here, I can pick 6 months from now, or whatever that is, I can decide what time. I would assign it to myself, or I can assign it to a task member or a virtual assistant or whatever. And if it's a recurring task, because it's something that I want to do every 3 months, let's just say that you want to call your database every 3 months, you can then create a recurring task and right when that is going to repeat. Okay. So all of that is going to be then when you log into your dashboard, you're going to have your tasks there. I also have it going to my cell phone. And the other thing I do is I have a daily automation that sends me a text message with all of my tasks for the day. Okay. So you can set up an automation to let you know what your tasks are for that day. I'm going to show you one other thing in a second on where you can see, oh no, it's right here. Actually, this is where you can also see your task list. Once again, in the contact tab, you can see what the activity has been with this contact. So you can see on August 4th at 12 o'clock in the morning, I guarantee you she was stressed out about, a home credit card bills probably, and decided to, go on Facebook, and she saw my Facebook ad about home equity line of credit. And this is when the contact got created. If you, once again, tasks, notes, I'm just making sure I got through everything up here. Calendar appointments, you can schedule a calendar appointment directly from here, add an appointment. Documents, and you guys are probably not going to do payments, but if you are, then you can have payments here. So if they have to, let's just say this is property management, right? And you are getting monthly rent, you can have all of the payments here. You can see exactly what all of their payments, what they've done for payments. Real quick on this lady. So I'm running Facebook ads. You can see what the automation is. If you guys want to start running Facebook ads in the CRM, which I'm going to show you in a second how freaking easy it is to do it. If you want to start running Facebook ads in the CRM, we have automation set up And then you just tweak it for your business. If you're in title or you're in insurance or you're in, construction or whatever, you're running the ads, we have the base set up. So then we just use good old ChatGPT to come up with all of the SMS and emails, which is what I did, right? So when she filled out that Facebook form, it automatically put her in the CRM, okay? It automatically sent her this email that is built from ChatGPT. It automatically sent her a text message. It waited. It sent her another text. And now I have a 30-day sequence going out to her that she has not put me on DND yet. So that's a good sign. And I have her phone number. So my virtual assistant, Crystal, has been calling these home equity lines of credit leads. So another text, another email. So I have a 30-day sequence that goes out to them. With putting them in the CRM, texting them, emailing, texting, emailing, texting, emailing over 30 days. And I'll show you my Facebook leads in just a second. One thing I wanted to show you here is these are the tasks. So not only can you get your tasks on your dashboard, you can also get your tasks here. So we can see here, okay, I have May 5th, 2026. I'm going to follow up with this guy. I don't even remember talking to him. But he decided to rent in May 2025. He might want to buy in May 2026. So I have a follow-up task for me to follow up with him in a year, right? Same thing with this person. So all of these are my tasks. Some are overdue, some are coming up. But this is how I'm not going to forget that this guy that I literally don't even remember who he is at this point. I bet if I log into his contact, I probably have notes on him. Well, I guess I have one note, decided to rent. So anyways, but I can go back and see my conversations with him if I need to kind of like refresh what we talked about or whatever. So anyways, that's what I wanted to show you with the tasks. You can also have a task list. You can look at the ones that are due today, overdue, upcoming, and print this out if you are a paper and pen type of person like I am. I love taking a list and crossing stuff off. So if that's you, you can literally come in here and then print this out for yourself and go through your task list for the day. Okay, so this is the new lead pipeline for mortgage. If you are in title, if you are in real estate, if you are in insurance, if you are in construction, it does not matter, right? We're all salespeople. What we will do is figure out your sales process. So I'm going to show you with the mortgage, but if you're in another industry, keep in mind that we can do the same exact thing for you. So when we add a new lead into the CRM, okay, there's two ways to get a lead. Well, there's a couple of different ways, but number one is you can just add them directly from here. So if I went and put Danielle test, I don't allow duplicate contacts. So let's just see testing.com. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. Now I can decide where I want to put them. Maybe the opportunity source is past client referral. I can even put the name of the past client if I want to follow up with them. I can add a tag. I can put my opportunity value as let's just say 500,000. And then where in the pipeline do I want to put them? Let me just put them in new lead. So that is how you get one way to get your people into this pipeline. Another way is with a refer form, which I'm going to show you that in a second, and everybody that uses it absolutely loves it. So anyways, so now here I am, okay? And if I move myself through this whole, if I move myself through, every time I move myself, something is going to happen, right? So if I'm an application sent, that means that the way I have mine set up is I don't type in, I use a snippet to send the application, but we can set up the automation. So when you move them over an application sent, it automatically sends them the application, okay? What it also does in here is after 5 days, if they did not do the application, it is going to send them a text message and an email as well as the application link again saying, hey, you never did the application. I just wanted to follow up with you, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So it is staying in touch with your people that you sent them the app, but they never did it. When I move it over into application received, an email automation is going to go out that says, thank you so much for your application. If you have not uploaded your documents yet, please do so, blah, blah, blah. When I move it over into document received, it is going to say, thank you for your documents. Your file is in review for a pre-approval. When I move them over into pre-approved and looking, they are going to get a voicemail drop. Congratulations, you've been pre-approved. I sent you an email with your pre-approval letter, blah, 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 blah. They're also going to get a text and they're going to get an email. And then what it's going to do here is follow up with them every single Wednesday and say, hey, I'm just checking in with you to see if you have any questions or want me to run some numbers for you on your pre-approval, blah, blah, blah. So that's the pre-approved and looking. Contract received. We alert everybody, listing agent, buyer agent, transaction coordinator, everybody, congratulations. We are the loan team working on your loan. When the loan's approved, you just drag and drop. And then we have the automation. So the way that the automation works is pipeline stage changed. So when the pipeline stage changes, all of this happens. So if you like the way that we have it, which most people on the mortgage side like what we have on the mortgage side, they don't really change it. They just add their snippets, their emails, their text messages, what they want to say. Because maybe what you want to say is different than what I want to say. But if you're in a different industry, the way that it works is you look at your sales process, new lead, then what's the next stage? Then what's the next stage? What is the stage of those leads? And it doesn't have to be lead. It can be, a prospective client, right? What do you need to do to turn that prospective client into a sold client? You can have multiple pipelines. And every time we move the stage, an automation happens. And this is where you are consistent. You have everything automated. You don't have to worry about retyping emails, resending text messages, all this stuff. All you're doing is a pipeline stage change, and the system is going to do it for you. The awesome thing is you can do it from your phone. So for example, clear to close, when you move it over into clear to close, okay, what's going to happen is it's going to alert everybody that the file, congratulations, your file is clear to close, right? Now, I got a clear to close on a Friday afternoon. I was in the car. I went on the app on my cell phone. I moved the pipeline stage to clear to close, and I alerted everybody while I was driving down the street. My husband was driving. I wasn't driving, but you get the point. So I want you to think about your business, right? How can we automate and systematize everything? So you just got to think about your process, your pipeline. We have everything set up for you. If you have a virtual assistant that can help you, awesome. If you don't worry. We have this set up. And I know a lot of people think, oh my gosh, it's like so much, but it's really not, right? It's just thinking about what your process is, the emails and the text messages, and then we set up this for you. Another example of a pipeline is the Facebook leads, right? Or maybe you're doing a webinar and you have a webinar pipeline funnel set up, invited to the webinar, attended the webinar, didn't attend the webinar, whatever. We can set up all of the stages within this. So if I look at my Facebook leads, okay, that I'm running the Facebook ads in the CRM, and this is not the right one. Let's see. Facebook lead pipeline, maybe. I have a million pipelines. So I'm running the Facebook ads. That's not the right one either. In the CRM, oh, this is the right one. You can see I have 319 leads, right? These are all people that went on Facebook, saw my ad, and they're all sitting here. These are the people we've contacted. These are Spanish. These are not contacted. I've had people just do the application. These are the ones that got declined. So now I can reach out to them and I have the automation set up. So when they're declined for bad credit, for example, and I move them over here, you can see what is going out to them. So I don't have to rewrite an email every single time. So basically, here's your options. I'm sorry that you were declined due to low credit score. These are the different things that we can do for you. Blah, 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 right? So this is all from the automations that we set up by moving people through these pipelines. The AI agent, we're going over that tomorrow. I'm not going to go over payments. The only thing I'm going to mention here is that you can have contracts. So if you're in, whatever, real estate, and I have a whole other webinar that I do for real estate agents. But if you're in real estate, you can upload your contracts here. So that way you can easily send them out via DocuSign and things like that. Okay. We're going to hop into the marketing section because this is huge. This is how you stay top of mind, right? The last thing you want to do is have a social media, campaign going out and you have to go and put it on LinkedIn and then go and put it. You're never, ever, 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 ever going to be consistent if you do it that way. And I can tell you that a lot of my business over the past year and a half has come from social media. And the reason is because I am consistent with what I'm doing. So once you connect all of your social accounts, I have a lot of different pages, a lot of LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything can be connected here. You can look at my planner and we'll just take a look at my planner for July, for example. We can see all of the different posts that went out for the month of July. You can see that they're getting posted on multiple platforms, right? So this is 12 different platforms that this got posted on. This is how you're omnipresent. This is so incredibly important. You might not be interested in the whole, pipeline thing and all that stuff. This is something every single person that is on this webinar right now needs to be doing, is staying top of mind with your social media. I just want to point out there are two ways to get business. There's a lot of ways to get business, but lead generation, there's active lead generation and there's passive lead generation. The difference between the two is active lead generation, you're literally picking up the phone and you're asking for business, or you're going out and asking for business. Passive lead generation is doing your social media posting, postcards, email marketing campaigns. Most people do the passive marketing. They don't do the active. When you combine the two, and it's not an instant gratification thing, it takes time. But when you combine active lead gen with passive lead gen, your business is going to eventually explode, right? Because you're staying top of mind. You're doing your online social media posting, plus you're picking up the phones, plus you're sending out mailers. All of that stuff is literally going to explode your business, okay? So real quick, before I show you how to do the posts, if I look, I can also see my statistics directly from here. I can see my posts, how many likes, how many followers, how many impressions, right? And then I can see based on Facebook, based on Instagram, where is the majority coming from? Now, if I want to do a post, I can do one post. I can set up recurring posts. Let's just say I have a post that I really like about home equity line of credit, for example, and I want that to go out every Tuesday at 2:00. I can set that up here. If I go to new post, I can create one post. I can upload a CSV. I can have content AI post for me. I can post my reviews, or I can use social planner templates. I do a combination of both. I do a combination of my own posts plus the combination of the social planner templates. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I take care of my own personal Facebook page. I don't think we can put our personal page here. This is all business. But my virtual assistant handles all of my social media posts. So for example, this is not a social planner post. This is a me post, right? That I posted here, or that my VA posted here, and it went to all of the different platforms about today's webinar or whatever. So I actually have a virtual assistant doing a lot of that for me. But you guys can, or you can hire the VAs, and I'll show you in a second how to do that directly from the CRM if you do not have one. So calendar. If I want to do a new post, I can go here. Let's just say I want to do my social planner templates. And let's just say I am in insurance, for example, right? Here's all of the different insurance posts that I can now go ahead and schedule out. Let's say I'm in mortgage, which a lot of you are, right? These are all things that people need to know for mortgage. They need to not only know mortgage, but they need to know real estate because half of them are also getting, buying a house. So you can literally take all of these different posts and sprinkle them and schedule them out for the entire year. So if I click here and I no longer have what I used to have, which was analysis paralysis. I used to analyze, is that okay? Does that go with my brand? Is that what I want to say? I don't do that anymore because you know what? It doesn't matter. All of these posts, I get so many comments from people on. I worry about my personal brand, which is on my Facebook page. All of this stuff is awesome content going out. I'm getting a ton of people commenting on this, right? So I can literally just go here and schedule, right? All of these out. I can pick the socials that I want them to go on. They can't go on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube because they're not videos. So I would just go in and uncheck those. And then I can say, I want these to go out every Thursday between 8 a.m. and, 9 or whatever. So click here, schedule posts, and then they're going to post every Tuesday or whatever day these mortgage financing things. This is how you're going to stay top of mind, right? We talked about consistency. This is how the system is going to keep you consistent. The email marketing campaigns are here. We have them built out for you, or you can create your own. What I suggest is finding somebody that you like that has a really good email marketing campaign and copying their format. Give it to a virtual assistant, say, this is what I like. This is how, and I'm going to show you an example of the done by one email that goes out, but I can track how many emails were delivered, how many bounced, how many unsubscribed, how many people opened my email campaigns. And then it will give me a list of all of the opens, like who opened my email. So I can go back and call those people if I wanted to, or have a virtual assistant call them. So these are the different, and if you go to create campaign and you go into email marketing templates, we have so many different templates for you. So if you want to just take one from here, you're in real estate, mortgage, title, whatever, right? You can just literally take one from here and customize it with all of your information. So you're not having to recreate all different templates. The snippets, real quick, this is where you add your different snippets. This is so important when you first get onto the CRM, is creating these snippets, because these snippets are going to be what we use in the automations or to be able to send an email or a text to a client. Ads Manager is an additional $30 a month, but you can run the Facebook ads directly from the CRM. So if I show you guys real quick the ad that I'm running, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Let me see, published. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see here. So this is the ad, that good old ChatGPT is that ChatGPT created for me. It's showing draft, but it's not. It's actually running. Like I'm still getting leads from this. I have tried to run Facebook ads a million times in the Facebook Ads Manager. I literally can't figure it out. I am the most techie person. Like, I know what I want the tech to do, and then I find someone else to do it for me. However, I'm running these ads by myself in the CRM because it is so incredibly easy. And we have the automations already set up for you. So and I don't know why it's not showing you the publish ad, but this is basically what the ad looks like that ChatGPT created. And I have different ads and different templates for you. So if you want to run the ads, this is a whole other thing, but you can absolutely run your Facebook ads directly from the CRM. I want to show you the funnels. This is also really important when it comes to marketing. So depending on what business you're in, we have all different landing pages or webinars for you that you can use and just put your information on. So to give you an example, this is the home equity line of credit landing page. This is where I direct people with the Facebook ad. If you guys want this dropped in your account, I drop it in your account. The only thing that we do is we change the testimonials to your testimonials if you have them. We change your information. So we have pre-built landing pages already done for you. Whether it's for recruiting and you're trying to recruit people, you have a specific loan program, or maybe you're just doing like a webinar or a seminar. So we have the pre-built webinars. This is a copy of the website. When it comes to the AI agent, real quick, this AI agent, which I will be showing you tomorrow, how to train your AI agent, but this, whether you have a website with Done by One or a website with another company, it doesn't matter. We can train this AI chatbot and put this AI chatbot on your website. So when people go to your website, if they have questions, they can ask the question right here, and I will be going over that tomorrow. Here's an example of a webinar funnel that's already built out. And this is, this perfect example. I take this webinar here, I put it on a webinar funnel, I run ads to that webinar, and now people can watch this pre-recorded, right, webinar, which it's not pre-recorded, I'm live, I'm here right now, but this pre-recorded webinar at 3 o'clock in the morning if they really wanted to. So this is another way that we can help you generate leads for your business. So we have the funnels, we have the websites. I wanted to show you real quick the email marketing campaign. This is in my Done by One CRM, so I can see how many people, this is my weekly email that goes out, okay? The reason why I want to show you this is because I would 100% set up, if I were you, a weekly newsletter that goes out to your clients. And then I'm going to use title, for example, right? Or insurance or whatever. So this is my Done by One, but you can have a video right here. If you wanted to do a market update or a new title tip or a new insurance client that you just saved or whatever, right? You can do the video right here and add the video. The other thing that you can do is when they click here, right, it's going to take them somewhere. So if you have apply for a mortgage here, right, they click on that, it goes to your application link. If you're in title, fill out your title order form here, it goes to your title order form. If you're in real estate, check out what your home value is here, it goes to your home valuation form, right? So all of these buttons you can put, so you can see here's like my boot camp button or whatever. All of these buttons you can put for whatever call to action you want people to take, right? Subscribe to my podcast. It could be join Nexa, right? Join our mortgage company, join EXP, join whatever Domain Realty, whatever company you work for, right? Get the demo here, watch the reload here. All of these buttons are taking people to specific things. So what you need to do is get an email template that you like every week, just change the top of it, which is what I do. And then I also change though like if I have a new webinar, if I have a new podcast that came out, but you can just keep all of these little links, apply for this, sign up for this, right? All of these little buttons. So these are all of your calls to action, and they're all going to the landing pages that you have created in the CRM, right? So the CRM has the landing pages, the CRM has the webinars. This is not, do not be overwhelmed. This is something you build over time. But if you want to build a business that's scalable, if you want a business that's saleable, these are things that you need to be doing. And I don't care if you work for another company. If your majority of your income is coming from straight commission, you build this out in your CRM. And if you switch companies, you still have this built out. I can tell you half of the people have no idea what company I work for. They don't know. And they don't really care. Why? Because they want to work with me. And that's what you need to be also. People need to be contacting you because they want to work with you. It doesn't matter if you're with this company or that company or whatever. They don't even know. But by staying top of mind with everything that we have in the CRM, this is what's going to grow and scale your business over time, because it's not happening, immediately. But this is what you're building, you're growing, you're creating, right? In here real quick, we have the QR codes. So whenever you have an event or, whatever, we have open house QR codes. So if people scan the QR code, then we have an automation. What do you want to happen when they scan that QR code? Okay. So not going to go into anything else here because I did tell my coach I would try to keep this under an hour, and I'm over an hour, but I want to show you guys a couple more things real quick. That's, once again, I'm not going to go through everything, but want to show you a couple of other things that I do think is important. Creating SOPs in your business is so important, right? Being able to create those SOPs, that way you are not recreating or teaching people how to do certain things in your business. So we have a section, if you have a virtual assistant or you have an assistant, they should be creating the SOPs. When you give them something to do, and it's something that you will want to have happen in your business all the time, they should be videoing it and creating the SOPs for you. So if you go to memberships, courses, products, right, we can see in here, I have the different SOPs. So virtual assistant scripts, if I want them cold calling, okay, they have a section to where they can go read the script of what I want them to say and watch a video on what, how I want them to basically say it. So that one doesn't have the video, but if I go to HomeBot, for example, which I'm not using HomeBot anymore, this is an old example for you, but they can watch a video. I want you to start calling all my HomeBot leads, go into the CRM, go to the HomeBot VA, go to VA scripts, go to the HomeBot video, watch the video, download the scripts. This is how you log into HomeBot, blah, blah, blah. Here's all the scripts. And so I don't have to teach somebody how to call my HomeBot leads because I did it once, right?
Under HomeBot, it has my login. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna log.
So the thing that takes the most time is training people over and over and over and over again how to do the things that you want them to do. So if you can just do a quick 4-minute video on what HomeBot is, how to access the leads, this is an example, right? What you want them to say, what the scripts are, how to log in. This is where you can create all of your SOPs in your business, okay? So you're now not having, you can see outreach to business brokers, the all-in-one loan for business owners, the Florida Hometown Heroes loans, how to upload and map out a CSV file into the CRM. So I don't have to physically tell someone how to do that. This is what's going to save us time. So you can create as many products as you want. The other thing is the Google My Business reviews. So you can literally go and have all of your review requests on AI, right? So that way when people write a review, your AI agent can actually respond to your reviews. When you move the loan into funded, for example, that is another way, like loan goes to funded, bam, review request automatically gets sent to the client, right? And then it can automatically post, and you can set it up to where it's only posting your 5-star reviews. And then you have the different widgets that goes onto your websites. So if you've noticed, these are my client testimonials. This is the widget that goes on my website, right? So that way people can see how it is to work with my team. So that is basically, I mean, I know it's a lot. I want to show you a couple more things. So if you guys have questions, put it in the chat now. And I want to show you just a couple more things real quick on what's coming up, and then some of the different things. So if you guys want to hire a virtual assistant, you can do that directly from the CRM. We have them in buckets of hours. The reason why we do this is because a lot of times you get a virtual assistant and every day you're asking yourself, oh crap, I got to figure out what I need them to do today. When you hire them in buckets of hours, you know that you have a bucket of 10 hours. They track their time. When the 10 hours is up, you can buy another bucket if you want. If the 10 hours takes a year to get through, it takes a year. You don't have to use it all at once. The second thing I wanted to show you is these CRM upgrades. So if there's certain things that you want to upgrade within the CRM, all of the different upgrades, what's included, and I'll put this in the chat because I don't have a page for this. You can only see this when you are logged into the CRM. But these are the standard features, right? And then these are the additional features. If you want an upgraded website with IDX, if you want to run the Facebook ads, these are all like the additional costs, right? So if you wanted an IVR phone system, all of that, custom pipelines. If you have a specific pipeline with automations that you guys want, so let me just put this in the chat real quick, then all of that, you can get with a virtual assistant and pay for that. If you want your lending pad, for example, we do have the integration, but it's a simple integration. If you want it to be very, 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 very customized, well, then you pay for that custom pipeline. It's $50. You'll sit down with them. You'll show that the virtual assistant what you want to have happen. And for $50, we can have your custom pipeline. Okay, so all of that, these are all of the different upgrades. And real quick, this is what's going to be coming up. So I wanted to show you guys the client gifting platform. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything else that was super important. We have a power dialer. So if you guys want, the power dialer, you want to make cold calls or whatever, it's a one-line dialer. There are some 3 lines that we could add, but that's a one-line dialer. So I pretty much went over everything in here. Any custom things that you guys want on the side, we can add them. So this is a mortgage loan calculator. We have a mortgage income calculator. It's a GPT that has been created. You can upload tax returns, things like that, all into the system. We have 24/7 live support. Okay, so if you are stuck and it's 2 a.m. and you guys need assistance, you go here, and there's articles, but I don't like articles and I don't like AI helping me. So I just put live chat and it brings me to a live person. And if I need help uploading contacts or doing anything, I tell them what I need and they will literally go onto the CRM and either A, do it for me, or B, send me a Loom video on how to get it done. If it's something that I really need help with, right, setting up a dedicated email domain, I will go there and ask for a Zoom link and they'll send me a Zoom link and they will do a one-on-one Zoom with me. So one of the biggest things with CRMs is you feel like you don't have the support. We have 24/7 live chat support or Zoom support for you, and it's all here, okay? The other thing that we have is a Go Collab Marketplace. So we have all different tutorials, but we also have boot camps, right? So if you join the Done by One community, which this is a private group only for people that are in the CRM, you're going to have access to all different courses, trainings that we have coming up. So if I go here to Done by One, we can see the different discussions. If I go to learning, I can see all different courses. This shows you how to run the Facebook ads. If I go to CRM training, these are all of the different videos on everything that you need to, like how to run the Facebook ads, how to use DocuSign, SOPs in your business, how to set that up, which is what I just showed you. All of the stuff, real estate email templates, prospecting templates, reconnecting with prospect campaigns, everything is in here for you, okay? So that's that. And then the other thing that we have in Go Collab is our weekly training calendar and all different lessons that we, events that are coming up. You can chat with other members. So all of this is in the CRM. So we're really building, we're really building a community. But what I'm going to be going over tomorrow is how to set up your AI chatbot. If you guys want to be on that, let me know, because it's really for people in Done by One. But if you're not on Done by One and you want to know how to do it, I will go ahead and send you the link. But this is what's going to be awesome. Okay. So this is what I'm going over next Friday. This is a brand new system that we're rolling out that's going to be completely integrated within the CRM. And these are all different automations, right, that you can set up. So let's just say that you have a past client, right? You have a past client and you want to, every time, you close a deal, you send them cookies, and then you send them a quarterly or a monthly or whatever postcard or greeting card or whatever. All of that is going to be able to be done directly from the CRM. And this is all of these done for you postcards, right? So here is a postcard campaign, 14 postcards that go out. And guess what? The postcards are free with the CRM. All you have to do is pay the postage. So I'm super excited about this. The card and gifting that we're going to be offering, this is an additional fee per month, right? So this is an additional, if you're on the CRM already, it's $99 a month, but you can see how realistic brownies, cookies, anything that you gifts, right? Golf and outdoor, and you can put your logo on these. So I just got a box from them. Okay. Comes in this super cute little box. They sent me a mug with my name on it. So you can do that for your client. They sent me brownies. I will tell you, I am not a sweet person. I would rather eat like potato chips. These brownies were freaking amazing. I am not just saying that. I would not even bring this up if they were terrible. Okay. But you can put your logo on the brownies. So you can send journal, books, anything to your clients. So we will set up, if you sign up for this additional $99 a month plan, we will set it up to where when you put loan funded, closed deal, blah, 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 you can have a specific thing that you want to go out to your clients. We have so many holidays coming up. You can send ornaments. You can send an ornament with a picture of their house on it. Calendars for 2026. So all of this stuff I will be going over next week, but I'm super excited about it. And I just want to show you one other thing. Mailing lists, okay? You can, let's just say that you're just getting started in the business and you don't have, or you're not just getting started, you've been in the business for a long time, but you don't have your database. You have not been, good at keeping your database. You can import your list from Excel, or from the CRM from Done by One. You can order a custom mailing list, and then this is where your purchased mailing lists are. So if I were to order a custom mailing list, it can be either a mailing list for individuals or it can be businesses. So let's say you're looking for real estate offices, or you're looking for real estate brokers, or you're looking for, insurance agents, or you're looking for chiropractic, whatever, right? Or you're looking for individuals that have an FHA loan with a credit score of 640 or higher. You can build these lists and then purchase these lists. So if I go to business, right? And then let's just say I want to, look in Miami, 33, that's the Coconut Grove zip code. Okay. And I'm looking for businesses there. I can then choose what type of business I'm looking for. So I'm looking for real estate or real estate loans or title agents or, whatever, right? So this is where it will show me not only how many people, but once I put in how many records I'm looking for, it will tell me what the cost is. Okay. So that's not coming up with any records. So then we would want to pick something else. But if I put in, like, let's just say 1,000 leads, it's going to tell me, let me just try chiropractor, see what happens there. Coconut Grove is super small, so it's probably not going to come up with a lot because it's so there's only 7 records because it's a very small area, right? But if I go back here and I put Miami, Miami-Dade County, I can see how many records it's going to come up with. And then I can put, if I want all 396, I'm going to do that. And then I can preview my list and decide if I want to buy it. If I want to buy it, awesome. I can now send unlimited postcards and only pay for the postage to this list, or I can send greeting cards, or I can send them a postcard with a QR code that goes to my landing page, right? And the awesome thing is, whenever they scan the QR code, it is going to alert you that that person has scanned the QR code. So this is something that's, once again, I'm going over next Friday, but this is something that is amazing that we are adding here to the CRM. You can have your own designs. You can have a virtual assistant do the designs. You can import your birthday calendar. So that way, whenever the birthday, of your client happens, you can send them balloons, greeting cards, a postcard, whatever, directly from here. And then another thing that I will be going over next week is this AI prospecting suite that we talked about briefly, where we can scrape data from the funnels and the websites and the landing pages that that you've built within the CRM. So anyways, that is that. I'm definitely over here. Does anybody have any questions or any comments or anything like that? I will be sending an email recap. I'm also going to be sending these weekly guides to you guys, which they are in the chat if you do want them. But does anybody have any questions, anything that you guys want me to go over? I want to show you real quick. If you are here and you're on mortgage or real estate and you want both in the CRM, you only have to purchase one or the other. This is for a business. So the executive CRM is for business owners. The Done by One real estate or mortgage is for like a solo person, right? So this is everything that it includes. If you're primarily in the mortgage business, you would choose the mortgage account if you want to sign up. And then we would load the real estate snapshot into your account. If you are a business owner, you would look at the executive one or the business.donebyone.ai. So this is all about the business and all of the different features. It's got all of the different videos in there for you. I'm going to put that real quick in the chat as well. And that is basically it. So let me in the chat here, business.donebyone.ai. All of these videos goes over all of the different things. In the business account, your AI sales bot is included. It's not an additional, an additional cost or whatever. As I mentioned, tomorrow I am doing the lunch and learn at 12. I will be going over how to set up your AI sales bot, right? If you want to be on that, let me know. And next Friday, I am going over this entire gifting platform. We're in the process of setting this up in my CRM to be able to like test it out before I roll it out to everybody. So we are in the process of doing that, but it is amazing. It's going to be awesome. The free unlimited postcards, the mailing list, the AI prospecting tool, that's going to be free with your account. However, if you do want that gifting platform, you want to be able to send cookies, any of this stuff to your clients, that is an additional fee per month. But this is another awesome way for you guys to be able to stay top of mind. And if you think about it, if you close a deal, right, the minimum amount, unless it's a home equity line of credit, you should be making is like $5,000. So if you're making $5,000 on a deal or whatever, right, you send them some candy, popcorn, brownies with your personal logo on this in this nice little box, Or maybe you're prospecting people, right? And you want to send them these greeting note cards, or you went to lunch with them and you wanted to send them, or you went for coffee and you wanted to send them a little thank you or whatever. All of this stuff is going to be implemented within the CRM, so you can easily send it out. You're going to be able to pull those mailing lists. Those mailing lists will automatically also feed over into the CRM. So that way you can market to them, because remember, we want to make sure we are omnipresent. Keep that in mind, right? We want to be everywhere. We want to be on social media. We want to be emailing them. We want to be doing the reconnecting campaigns and the retargeting campaigns and all of that stuff, right? Plus, if we couple that with sending postcards or cards or cookies or brownies or whatever, like, I don't get that much mail anymore. I don't know about you. I get a ton of email, but I'm not getting that much mail. So to send somebody something nice in the mail, that is where we're going to be omnipresent. So anyways, thank you guys for sticking around with me. I don't know how I'm going to get this down to less than an hour. I'll probably ask for your feedback to see what I should eliminate, because I didn't even go over everything that we have. But I just want to thank you guys so much for sticking with me. If you have any questions, you all know where to find me. You either on my phone number, my email, or whatever. So reach out to me. I will send the replay. And if you're in business, a different business than real estate or mortgage or title or whatever, we have another business CRM that we're going to be doing coming up. And I do have a replay on that as well. And then on August 20th, we have the real estate CRM that I will be doing. So anyways, thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.